Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Little Mini MUA or Amelia. So I realized I haven't really done a tutorial for makeup in a while. I've been trying to do more creative and innovative ideas that you guys would like to see, but I have been getting quite a few requests to do just a simple makeup tutorial. So today I'm going to be doing a orangey brown glam copper shimmery look. It's just a really simple, really pretty look. It's also very customizable. You can put a little lush eyeshadow, make it more like daytimey. You can add a little bit more, make it more nighttime. You can add lashes. You can do whatever you want, and it's just a really good, simple look to base other stuff off of. Also, I have one exam left. It is math. I'm not really worried about it. It's Saturday right now, and I have my exam on Monday, but I had geography and French exam, and I had a ton of culminating assignments, so I hadn't really been able to film anything or post anything, so I'm sorry about that. But I have literally, after Monday, my exam, I have all week until next Monday to do literally nothing, because then Monday is next semester. So I am super excited to film more videos and post them. I also have a giveaway coming up soon. So you definitely should turn on the post notifications and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. So enough with me rambling, let's just get onto the video. I'm going to start with my brows. I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Definer. I really love this brow pencil. It helps with making really thin feather-like strokes. Now I'm going to use my clear eyebrow gel from Chella Beauty. So if you didn't already know, I start my eyeshadow first before my face. I feel like if I have any sort of follow, even if the eyeshadow is really good, I just like being able to take it off if I need to and then do my face makeup. You can do it whichever way you want. So if you do your face makeup first, go ahead and do that right now, and then you can jump back on and watch me do my eyeshadow. But if you don't, just keep watching, and I'm doing my eyeshadow right now. We're going to start with priming our eyes. You don't need to do this. I personally like to. I like using concealer because I have very veiny eyelids, so I like using concealer to be able to cover those up so it doesn't peek through when I put my eyeshadow on. Now you don't need to set it with powder. I personally like to set it just so that it's not like messes up the eyeshadow in any way. I'm just taking my puff from my Pretty Vulgar thing because it has some powder on it. Just brush it off with a little brush. This look is really great for beginners because the eyeshadows that I'm going to be using are in many palettes. I am going to be using my Norvina palette just because it's one of my favorites and it has kind of the colors that I want to use. But a lot of palettes have those colors as well, including the Morphe X Chocolate Hill, the Modern Renaissance. Like, all of these eyeshadows have very similar colors. Even drugstore palettes like e.l.f. palettes, they have them as well. So you can use whatever palette you have. You can even literally use bronzer and highlighter to do this. But you just use what you got, and we will get into the eyeshadow right now. So I'm using my Anastasia Norvina palette. It's seriously one of my favorites. I love it so much. So we already primed my eyes. You don't need to do that if you don't want, but I like it. And we already set them as well. So now we're going to go into this shade here called Intense. You can use any sort of brown for this. You can make it a little more cool tone, use a darker one. You can use this one, which I will be using in a second to make it a little more orange. But you can seriously use any color you want. It does not matter. Because makeup, you can make it your own and you can experiment and have fun with it. So taking a dirty brush that I don't feel like washing, going to lightly dab into that shadow, tap off the extra, and with your brush you're going to go right into your crease. So when you open your eye, you can see this line in your eye. That's called your crease. So I'm going to lightly take this and very lightly go back and forth. Now I took very little product and I tapped it off, so I'm going to go back with a little bit more, tap it off, and in that same area build up that color. Now you could leave it like this. You can leave it nice and light, but I want to make it a little more dramatic because that's what I like. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just doing this for fun. So I'm going to keep adding that same shade and build it up. And when you want to blend out the edges, you can either grab a new brush or tap off all the stuff off of your one brush, but then you'll take your somewhat clean brush and just lightly buff the edges to make sure they're nice and soft. You don't want any harsh edges. So we're gonna repeat that on the other eye. So once you're finished buffing that out, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take more of this orange shade. You don't need to do this, you can leave it like this and skip on to the next step after this, but I'm just gonna take a little bit of that orange and do the exact same thing and just make it a little bit more orangey toned. The shade I'm using is called Eccentric. Also, the thing with this look is you don't even need to use browns. You can use blue, you can use green, you can use purple, you can use pink, you can use any shade, but just the style that I'm doing, you switch it up with the light and the dark and the shimmer, and then you can make it however you want it. This is just a very basic way of doing my eyeshadow, so hopefully this can help you guys. Now I'm going to go into the darker shade. You can use black, you can use a darker purple, darker pink, darker blue. You can use this darker shade, you can use this darker shade, but you kind of just want to stick with mattes in your crease and in your outer V. You don't really want to do shimmers because that can make it a little gray. I'm going to be using this shade here. It is called Passion. I'm just going to take a little bit of a smaller brush. It looks dirty, I promise it doesn't have like black on it. I'm going to be using this little dome-shaped brush, tap a little bit of that product. And you're going to want to focus this on the outer V. The outer V is right here and a little bit up in your crease. I don't know if you can see that. So up and over. So I'm just going to focus it down and up. And the reason why you don't want to spread it out too far is because when you go back and blend it, it will move out a little bit more. As you can see, I'm just tapping it on. I'm not really spreading it because after we tap that product on, I'm going to go back with my blending brush. You can even use a clean one, whatever. And then I'm just going to lightly buff out the edges. You don't want to do it too much because then it will move the product or take the product off. So just on the edges, I'm going to buff it out. And as you can tell, I'm being super light with it. I'm not being really harsh. I'm being super light, but also you want to use a nice fluffy brush. If you have a good fluffy brush, everything is so much easier. I've realized I've rolled my eyes like 400 times already in this video, but it's just gonna continue on. Tapping it on my outer V, taking my fluffy brush, and blending out the edges. Now, if you want, you can go back in and add a little bit more, which I will do, just because I like it to be dramatic, but you can stop here. You could even add a little less than what I did, but I like it to be dramatic, so. As you can see, I'm bringing it close to my eyebrow, but not exactly touching it. That's because I have quite a lot of space from my eyelid to my eyebrow, but if you don't, that's okay. You can get closer to your eyebrow. It doesn't really matter. So now that we blended everything out, we can either cut our crease or just skip right onto the shimmer. I am going to be cutting my crease just because I feel like it gives me more of a base and it helps the shimmer be a little bit more sparkly. But you don't need to do that. You can do whatever you want. If you find cut creases are a little hard, you don't need to do this step, but I am going to be doing it. So I'm just going to be taking a light concealer. Take very little product on a flat top brush. You want it to be nice and thin. You don't want it to be too thick. And I'm just going to put it right on my lid. So I didn't get it right in my crease because now that I have little product on my brush, I'm going to lightly put it right in my crease. As you can see, I'm bringing it out kind of far, not so halfway, because I'm going to take that. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to lightly blend the edges. You can even do this with a brush, but my finger works just as well. I'm not going to add powder because if you add powder, then the shadow on top won't be as pigmented. And again, taking my finger and just blending out that edge. So once you've done that, you can go on to the shimmer. I am going to be doing a little gradient with the shimmer. You don't need to do this, you can just use one single color. You can use literally any color of shimmery eyeshadow. I'm going to keep it a little neutral, and I'm going to just be using these two here. So this one's going to be closer in my inner, and then that will be a little bit like near the middle. You can use your finger for this, or you can use a brush for this, it does not matter. This shade is called Dreamer, and this one is Summer. So I'm going to take Dreamer, and I'm going to just lightly tap it on into my inner half of the cut crease. And I'm going to do it on the other side now. And now I'm taking Summer, and I'm going to add it on the middle part of it. And if you want, you can just take your finger and blend them out. So now you can do your lashes or your mascara. I'm going to be doing lashes. I'm going to do a quick little how I do my lashes. It's not going to be too long and drawn out. But you don't have to do lashes. You can just do mascara if you want. But yeah, I'm going to do lashes just because I like them. So I'm going to take black lash glue. I like black lash glue better because you can't really see it because my white one never dried. Oh, that is way too much. But just take a very thin amount and put it on the lash. Make sure you put a nice amount on the inner corner and outer corner, just because you don't want those peeling up, because that is annoying. Okay, now this is the biggest tip I could ever give you for doing lashes or literally makeup in general. Wait. You got to wait for your lash to get sticky. If you put it on right now, it's just gonna fall straight off. It's not gonna stick at all. So you wait. I wait around a minute, but you just want it to be tacky. So when you put it on your eye, it won't just fall off right away. Okay, it should be ready by now. So I'm just going to put it as close to my lash line as I possibly can. And I'm just going to take tweezers and lay them down. Just waiting for my second lash to dry. So again, I'm just putting on the center of my eye and then putting the sides down. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of mascara and blend my fake eyelashes with my real eyelashes. So I finished my lashes and added mascara. Now I'm going to move on to my face. My face has been a little dry lately, so I'm going to use the Tatcha water cream. This is like the little sample one because the big one is like $80 and I am too scared to spend my money on it. But I'm just using my finger to buff it out. So now I'm going to do just a little bit of foundation. This one is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It's kind of light, it's not too full coverage, but it's nice, I really like it. Now I'm just going to take my sponge and blend it out. Now I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape and use it under my eyes. Now I'm using my Pretty Vulgar setting powder. Now I'm just using a brush to blend all the excess powder out. Now time for bronzer slash contour. I don't really use contour just because, like, I don't know. I don't really want too harsh of a look, I guess. So I just use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is my broken one. I'm too scared. I want to wait to open my new one. But you're just gonna follow where your cheekbone is and use circle motions and use just a little bit at a time. And you can also add it to your forehead or your jawline. And now it is time for blush. I'm going to take this Note Desert Rose in 05 and this e.l.f. blush brush, take a little bit because it's really pigmented, and I'm gonna smile and add it to my apples and my cheeks. I love like orangey toned blushes lately. I like adding a little bit on my nose. I think it's kind of cute. Like a little bit of a rosy look. Now I'm just gonna take the leftover eyeshadow on one of my brushes and do my lower lash line. I look really crazy while doing this. Now I'm just taking a really thin mascara. This is the Wet n Wild one, and I'm just going to do my bottom lashes. I also look crazy while doing this as well. Now this is optional, you obviously don't have to do it. Technically everything in this is optional. So this is what it looks like with mascara and without mascara. For highlighter, I'm going to take one of my new faves. It is the Rebel in Venice Shimmer palette. And I'm going to take this shade here called Moon Glow. It's actually so good, I'm not even kidding. And I love it, and I've been using it 24/7 lately. Now everything is finished except lipstick. So I am going to be taking the Ofra liquid lipstick in Verona. It is a darker shade, but I am going to add a little bit of a lighter shade to lighten it up a bit. But you can do literally anything. You could do lip gloss, you can do a bright pink, bright blue, you can do a nude, you can do black, you can literally do anything. So lipstick, you can change it up, but I'm just going to be using this. This shade is seriously one of my favorite lipsticks. Like the formula, I love it, and the shade is seriously stunning. So I'm going to set my face with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Love this stuff so much. And this is the final look. So that is it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope that this can help you guys a little bit with if you're a beginner at makeup, or you're just learning, or you just want a few tips, whatnot. I just hope you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out a little bit. Again, makeup is what you make it. You do not need to make it as dramatic as I did, or you can make it a little bit more. You can do whatever. Makeup is totally customizable, and that's why I really love it. It is a way of expressing yourself. I do not do this sort of makeup to go out in public, you know, more so I feel more confident about myself. I do this just for fun. Like, I literally am probably going to take this makeup off in about 20 minutes. But yeah. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on my post notifications, because I am very close to hitting 100K on Instagram, which is insane to me. Like, that is crazy. It hasn't even been 2 years since I started that Instagram, and I'm almost at 100,000 followers. That is crazy to me. And my Christmas video hit 1 million views. That is so crazy. You guys seriously blow me away. You guys, thank you guys so much for your support. But I will be doing a 100K giveaway just to say thank you and give back to you guys. So make sure you turn on my post notifications so you get notified when I post all about that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.